Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa 𝐒𝐰𝐳𝐥𝐢𝐬 Astottara Sishimadhi Divine Grace ISKCON Founder Acharya Jagat Guru A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa 𝐒𝐰𝐳𝐥𝐢𝐬 Astottara Sishimadhi Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Gaura Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Brahmacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Guru Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Shyam Radha Kunna Giri Gauravadan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Maya Ki Jai. Ganges Maya Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande. Grace assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru Sri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padya Krishna Prisaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Chirita Shri Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Shitani Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vasi Trititina Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayat Nashta Praya Sabhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Sukhi Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Agyanat Mirandasya Gyanandana Salakaya Chakshunam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajima Sadvitam Savadutam Purijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakam Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vaisavana Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpataru Vischa Kripa Sindhuvaya Vacha Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Uttara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 7. What Prahlad learned in the womb. Text number 34. Text 34. Samya karmani gunan atulyan. Samya karmani gunan atulyan. Yuryani lila tanubi kiritani. Viryani lila tanubir kiritani. Yadita har sot utla kashru gadadam. Jadati har sot utla kashru gadadam. Odakanta udgayati roti nirityati. Protanta udgayati roti nirityati. Samya karmani gunan atulyan. Yuryani lila tanubir kirtani. Jadati harasut tuta kashru gadadam. Protanta udgayati roti nityati. Samya karmani gunan atulyan. Viryani lila tanubir kritani. Jadati harasur utakashur gadadam. Prokanta tabgati roti drityati. Samya karmani gunan atulyan. Viryani lila tanubir kritani. Jadati harasu utakashu gadadam. Protanta udgayati roti nirityati. Samya karmani gunan atulyan. Viryani lila tanubiri kritani. Jatot hasu ulaka shugadadam. Protanta udgayati roti nityati. Samya karmani gunan atulyan. Viryani lila tanubiri kritani. Jadati harso prokashru gadadam. Potanta Udgayati Rotri Niritati. Isamya Karmani Gunan Atulyan Viryani Leela Tanubiri Kritani Tadati Horsupuka Shukadadam Protanta Urgayati Rotrinirichati Disamya hearing Karmani transcendental activities Gunan spiritual qualities Atulyan uncommon not generally visible in an ordinary person. Biryani, very powerful. Leela Tanubi, by different pastimes forms. Kritani, performed. Yada, when. Atiharasa, because of great jubilation. Udpulaka, horripilation. Ashru, tears in the eyes. Gadgadam, faltering voice. Protanta, with an open voice. Ulgayati, chant very loudly. Roti, cries. Drityati, dances. Translation and purport by Divine Grace is called 𝐂𝐤𝐬𝐬. Bhakti Swami Prabhupada. One who is situated in devotional service is certainly the controller of his senses, and thus he is a liberated person. When such a liberated person, the pure devotee, hears of the transcendental qualities and activities of the Lord's incarnations for the performance of various pastimes, his hair stands on end, and his body. Tears fall down from his eyes. Tears fall from his eyes. And in his spiritual realization, his voice falters. Sometimes he very openly dances. Sometimes he sings loudly. And sometimes he cries. Thus he expresses his transcendental jubilation. Please repeat. One who is situated in devotional service is certainly the controller of his senses, and thus he is a liberated person. When such a liberated person, the pure devotee, hears of the transcendental qualities and activities of the Lord's incarnations for the performance of various pastimes, his hair stands on end, and his body. Tears fall from his eyes, and in his spiritual realization, his voice falters. Sometimes he very loudly, sometimes he very openly dances. Sometimes he sings loudly, and sometimes he cries. Thus, He expresses his transcendental jubilation. Purport. The Lord's activities are uncommon. For example, when he appeared as Lord Ramachandra, he performed uncommon activities like bridging the ocean. Similarly, when Lord Krishna appeared, he raised the golden hill when he was only 7 years of age. These are uncommon activities. Fools and rascals who are not in the transcendental position consider these uncommon activities to the Lord to be mythological. But when the pure devotee, the liberated person, hears about these uncommon activities of the Lord, he immediately becomes ecstatic and exhibits the symptoms of chanting, dancing, and crying very loudly and jubilantly. This is the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee. That is the end of Srila Prabhupada's purport to text 34 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 7, entitled What Prahlad Learned in the Womb. Hare Krishna. The question about how do one know if one is making advancement in Krishna consciousness can be experienced in many ways. One of the ways is mentioned here. How do we feel when we hear about Krishna? How do we feel when we hear about Krishna uncommon activities? How do we feel when we hear about them? It shows the level where we are in Krishna consciousness. The hair stands on end. Even if the hair is not standing on end, or tears are not coming, or one is not crying loudly, or one is not dancing, but do we feel happy? You feel happy, and the taste to hear again and again is increasing. You say, oh, one can understand. If the taste is increasing, you want to hear more. This we saw with the sages at Namishala. They told Sutta Goswami, we are not tired of hearing. Lord Krishna came along with his senior brother, Lord Balaram, masked as a dramatic actor. They perform innumerable superhuman activities. There are many, and the Puranas took their time to record all of them. Not all, some of them. Because Krishna is unlimited. His pastimes are also unlimited. We want to hear about these activities from you, but don't think that we are tired. We are not tired to hear. Originally, we planned for 1,000 years, but we are ready to extend it. We want to extend the duration So keep speaking. Don't think about our tiredness. Just keep speaking. We are ready to hear. So this is the taste of persons who are making advancement in Christian consciousness. The interest to hear more and more and more about Krishna keeps increasing. It remains burning within the heart. It's burning within the heart. That is why you hear the experience of, let's say, 𝐶𝐸𝐴 and Rupa Goswami. I do not know the potency. I can't explain the potency that contains within these two syllables. Krishna. If one chant Krishna, then what happened? You want more tongues. You want more ears. We need, you know what? You are an anxiety. This is spiritual anxiety. Because where one will find a market to buy tongues? Where? To buy ears, to add to these two. Want to buy ears to add. So Rupa Goswami said the one who is actually chanting will be restless. And then the taste to chant, to hear, keeps increasing. And they're a mad person. That's what it means. He's a mad person. One becomes mad after Krishna. That is the taste of one who is making advancement in Christian consciousness. The desire to hear will be burning. The desire to chant will be burning. The desire to serve will be burning. When Haridas Thakur had a snake charmer was chanting the mantras, the Kaliya's wife, they offered to Lord Krishna, describing Krishna. And he was chanting the glories of Ananta says. Haridas Thakur was passing when he had this mantra he was chanting. Although he is not a devotee, but the mantra he was chanting is Lord Ananta, Lord Krishna. Lord Nityananda. Haridas Thakur, hearing the glories of Lord Krishna, he fainted unconscious. He fell unconscious. And people who were standing, they were shocked to see what has happened to him. But the snake charmer who was chanting the mantra could see. He did not fall into ecstasy. But because that is not his level. But the person who is on that level, that's the corner. Just hearing that, he fainted unconscious. He fell on the ground. He rolled on the ground. The rolling on the ground, the speed is more than our vehicle. The speed they run on the ground. So when you say rolling on the ground, you should understand what they mean. The speed is more than our running vehicle. Very, very swift. And so it is said, even 300 men cannot hold him still. 300 men. They don't have the power to hold him. It's not the physical strength, it is spiritual strength that is acting. Haridas felt unconscious. And other times, Haridas Thakur speak language nobody understood. And it's only himself who can explain. If Haridas Sekola comes today, everybody will say he's speaking on tongues. And people are saying he's speaking on tongues is a wonderful thing. Haridas Sekola was speaking on tongues. People around here, they cannot understand. They don't understand what he's talking about. But he will explain what he's talking. Sometimes he's crying, he's dancing, rolling on the ground, horripilation. This, you see, what the pure devotees. So one can understand. Yes, that is a position which cannot be imagined or imitated. It belongs to pure devotees, as Prabhupada said in the purport. Fools and rascals who are not in a transcendental position consider these uncommon activities to not be mythological. But when the pure devotee hears, the liberated person hears about these uncommon activities of the Lord, he immediately becomes ecstatic and exhibits the symptoms of chanting, dancing, and crying very loudly and jubilantly. This is the difference. The difference. Location activities are not mythology. They're not myth. They're real because they did happen. And the places, the spot where the tirtha, where these things happen, they are existing till date. One can go there and feel the experience of that place. When one goes to, if you enter an environment where sinful activities are performed, you feel for those who are not sinful, those who are light, you feel the difference. This environment is not conducive for me. You feel like if you are inside the fire to be burning. And if one enter the temple environment, you feel different. You feel this difference. This environment is different. I remember a few years ago, when His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Maharaj, when he came here. So we kept him with one devotee outside. But when he comes here for the program, so one day he said, outside there is horrible, but once one enter here, you just feel at home. You feel peaceful. You feel at home. You feel different. It's different at home. The environment is conducive because the auspicious activities which are being performed. So every environment carries different energy. So when one visits the place, a Krishna has performed his pastime with his pure devotee, you feel different. You feel the energy is different. Very sweet. Like if you go and see Govardhan, immediately you see Adbhuta. Oh, this is wonderful. Wonderful. So it is different. It's not the same. So pure devotees who are on that level, the moment they visit those places, hear the glorious Lord Krishna, the tears out of love of God will come. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita we hear about 𝐁𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐭𝐢 Sanjay. He's a courtesan. He's serving a king by telling beautiful pastimes. So one day he just entered and he saw the peacock fan they were using in fanning the king. Just seeing the peacock, he felt unconscious. Just the peacock fan. Not even the pastimes of Krishna. The peacock fan, he remember, the person who wears peacocks is not Krishna. He remembered Krishna immediately, he felt unconscious. The Muslim king looked at him. The truth is not difficult to understand. The truth is difficult only when one is duplicious. When you say you can see. So when he regained consciousness, after this experience, after he regained consciousness, the king asked him, what happened to you? He said, oh, I'm suffering from epilepsy. That is a good one. That's a good epilepsy. I wish I would get that epilepsy. It's a good one. Ah, yes, I'm sorry from epilepsy, so I'm sorry, I just felt because I'm suffering from that. The king looked at him and said, you are telling lies. Yeah, epilepsy is pure love of Godhead. That is a love of Godhead. That is not epilepsy. Your own epilepsy is different. It's pure love of Godhead. And that I can see. Although he pretended he wanted to hide it, but the king detected that this is a different thing. This is not epilepsy. There is no hospital for this one. He's a Muslim, but he could see that this is different. As a pure devotee, the moment he hears something about Krishna, the man will run to the direction where Krishna is. Immediately the mind will run. With the high speed, he will run. That is where the Lord is. The mind will go there. The mind which is Krishna conscious. You remember Lord Krishna. Immediately see anything which has connection with Krishna, he will be in ecstasy. You fall and dance, and cry very loudly without considering the outsiders. Doesn't care for the outsiders. At this stage, he will not care for the outsiders. But it is not something you can check by your own. Even if you try, sometimes it will leak out. Yes, it will leak out sometimes. That you constantly see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. They leak out sometimes. They spill over. From the container, they will come out. What will you do at that stage? It will come. So, we have many good examples of devotees who are on this level, and we saw how they exhibited this. Haridasa Thakur is chanting the whole day and night, and sometimes he stand up, sometimes he will sit up, sometimes he roll on the ground, sometimes he cry, sometimes he laugh. That's madness. That is madness. And he will speak a language nobody can understand. And then he will explain sometimes. Sometimes he will explain. Sometimes he just continue. As the situation demands, he just continue. Yes. What about 𝐶𝐻𝐿𝑎 Sridhara? 𝐶𝐻𝐿𝑎 Sridhara. He was just passing and he was hearing the kirtan. As soon as he had the kirtan, he started to dance. He was dancing ecstatically without caring for what people say about him. And all people started to make jest of him. Look at this 𝐶𝐻𝐿𝑎 means a banana leaf seller. That's the meaning, 𝐶𝐻𝐿𝑎. They know his name, Sridhara. They didn't call his name Sridhara. They called him 𝐶𝐻𝐿𝑎. It's an insult. So this one, see this one. He has no food to eat. There's no cloth to cover his body. But now I want to show us that he is a pure devotee. See how he's dancing. But 𝐶𝐻𝐿𝑎 didn't hear what they were talking. Why? The holy name and the ecstasy he was feeling blocked his ear from anything else which is not Krishna conscious. He can't hear anything which is not Krishna conscious. Only thing that has to do with Krishna is hear. And as he hears, his body will change. So we can check and see. We can check and see where we are in Krishna consciousness. We are jubilant, we are eager to hear about Krishna. We're eager to hear about Krishna. Do we make arrangement to hear? Or we make arrangement to hear about Krishna? Or we don't have time to hear? If we don't have time to chant the holy name of Krishna, we don't have time to hear also. We don't find time to hear. Those who have the taste to chant, they will also have the taste to hear about Krishna. They will have time. So those devotees who are like this, they have time to chant the glories, the holy name of Krishna, glorifying him and his activities, his holy name. So also they have time to hear about him. And hearing, they never stop hearing. They never stop hearing. We mentioned many times how Hanumanji will not leave the class after the class. After the class, he sits there. He's waiting for next time you're going to give the class. He waits. He doesn't go. He sits there. Why? Because he is getting taste, he's getting some nourishment from it. You cannot do something if there's no gain, there's nothing inside. Krishna Katha is not sweet, so we don't have taste for it. But those who have taste, they will hear again and again, continuously, non-stop. They will just keep hearing. They will hearing attentively. Not just that we will sit in the class. Not just people just sitting in the class. Hearing is different from sitting in the class. Different. One who hears will act upon what one has heard. If you don't act upon what you have heard, means you didn't hear. Even if you sit in a class there, but you have nothing to take out of the class. There's nothing practical for you to meditate upon after the class. It means you didn't attend the class. The body was sitting there. So it is different from those who hears. Those who hears will have something to practice, to meditate upon. That is hearing. Rukmini Devi didn't see Krishna. She did not see Krishna. She only heard about Krishna from Narada Muni was speaking about Krishna. She simply heard. Just hearing about Krishna Narada Muni was able to print the picture of Krishna in her heart. Krishna became printed in her heart. And she started meditation. How will you meditate on something you don't see, you don't know? Void. How will you meditate on void? Rukmini was able to meditate on Krishna because Narada Muni planted Krishna in her heart. How did he do that? Rukmini Devi herself has said, Lord Krishna, in the letters he wrote Krishna, the letters he wrote of Krishna. See, Krishna, let me tell you, don't think I'm a shameless girl looking for you. Don't think like that. You have a problem. The problem is that anyone who hears about you, anyone who made mistake like I did, and made a mistake to hear about you, the problem is that I'm after you. So my running after you is your own problem. You cause it. Yes. No, so you should answer my letter. Don't, oh, this is a lost girl looking for a boy. No, you have a problem that who hear about you will be a problem. And so I make mistake to hear about you. So my fault is that I heard about you. Your fault is that you have a contagious problem that who hears about you become attracted to you. This is my problem. So when who hears, you have the disease Rukmini Devi had. That's his hearing. Then the tears will come. Krishna was planted in her heart. The same thing 𝐁𝐸𝐴𝐺 Swami did for Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj, he confessed after hearing for days, 7 days, he said, Guru Dev, you have planted Krishna in my heart. This is hearing. The tears will come from the eyes. The voice will falter. We say this every morning. Gadgadam, faltering. you talk like a baby who is learning how to talk because you cannot pronounce the word clearly. Is a faltering of voice upon hearing about Krishna. Ati harsha, because of great jubilation, one becomes harsha, one becomes jubilant. You are conscious, become elated. You are conscious. That is ati harsha. What it means? Put laka, horripilation. Then ashru, the tears will be coming. The tears will be coming from their eyes. Like all the devotees we have mentioned. Sri Mahaprabhu, the tear from his own eyes. Sachi Devi got up early morning and saw the whole place inundated. Say, Ganga overflowed. The whole place is full with water. The room he slept was full. The cottage full. Ganga overflowed, but it's only in her place, not in every place. Yes, this Ganga is coming from tears. The Ganga which comes to the lotus feet of Krishna is a river that's running there. But the Ganga which is coming from the eyes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that one was tested by his exceptionally pure devotees who has access. He was bathing the devotees with that. The tears are coming. Not the pure of all that. So the Ashish Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during the Ratha Yatra, they were saying this. They participated. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bathed them with this tear from his eye, like a syringe, pumping from his eyes. Is that a myth? Huh? The devotees who were there, they experienced it directly. They experienced it. They felt it. So Krishna Kaviraj Goswami wrote based on this experience, not myth, not mythology. So Prabhupada said only devotees can experience it. Non-devotees, they don't have access. Right? So Brahma said yes. A non-devotee, they will always speak nonsense. Only devotee will speak sensibly. A non-devotee, they will always speak nonsensical. Because they have nothing to talk. But the nature of the soul is that the soul is active by nature. So what will happen? We will be forced to speak something, even if it is nonsense. And that will get destroyed also. So, Prabhupada mentioned two particularly here. Lord Ramachandra, he performed uncommon activities. The ocean told Lord Ramachandra, I don't have, nobody can impede the activities. Nobody can thwart your effort. Anything you want to do, it will happen. By your desire to happen. As he himself he told Ravana, I, Lord Ramachandra, attempt never fails. So if you want to cross the ocean, it's nothing. But the ocean, specified, said, so that some people will have something to meditate upon and get purified. I request you, just cross. Don't just cross like your servant Hanuman did. I want you to construct a bridge. Just construct a bridge over. So yes, see, it will be a historical thing that people will meditate upon. So they say, okay, no problem. Although he is the supreme personality of Godhead, fully independent, but they always show us the path of perfection. The transcendental part is always different. Although the supreme, at the same time, extremely merciful, very, very kind. And Lord Machandra accepted, yes, I came to help conditioned souls. So to do something which will help us to meditate, to get liberated from our sinful life. So it's activity which I have to do. So he constructed a weightless bridge. So Lord Ramachandra is glorified for that. And for that, he engaged also so many people, so many living entities, even including ants, to participate. Yeah, this is the duty of Krishna and his devotees. They always create activity for us to get purified. And sometimes out of foolishness, out of ignorance. A foolish person will think, I'm serving the Lord. I am serving the Lord. Serving the Lord? The Brahma say what? Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sam Brahma Sevya Manam. This is Krishna. Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sam Brahma Sevya Manam. Sevya Manam. The activities are saturated with affection. Is that what we do? Is saturated with affection or with lust? Location is controlled by affection. What is control? Nothing material can control him. So that person, we cannot say we are on that level. Therefore, whatever we think we are doing, it is for our own benefit. The Lord and His pure devotees, they have created this activity for us. So we can have something to be engaged on, and by that engagement we get purified. Therefore, it is compulsory that we should do this service in full surrender without false prestige for our own benefit. It is for our own benefit, not for their benefit. Many times I say this. Vyasa Puja, you are going to eat, you are going to prepare 1008, is it not? 1008 preparations of Vyasa Puja. How many good are you going to eat? How many? Out of 1008. How many? How many will he eat? Huh? 15? Who will eat 15? Who will eat 15 preparations? I said Bhimsena. How many Bhimsena are you going to eat everything? But how many Bhimsena we have? You have prepared 1008 preparations for Guru. Is it not? For Guru. But how many are you going to eat at 1008? Huh? How many? So he just uses us to cook for ourselves. Yes, you're busy, you do something. You get purified by that. That is the trick. That is the trick they use on us to help us to get purified. Because when they are cooking what they are going to eat, is different from when they are cooking to sell. The mentality is not the same. It's different. Is it not? Yeah, it's different. So the consciousness is different. Therefore, they trick us. Cook something. Rupa Goswami say, cook your favorite food for Krishna. It's not pure, but that is a process to get pure. When we offer the thing we like, this is the trick of Acharya. We offer the thing we like. We put our best energy into it. Yes, and we can use Krishna as a bait and cooking for Krishna. Yeah, he's going to purify it. So we'll eat and get purified. So it is necessary. So we should do that. So Lama Chanda, he did this activity, constructing the bridge, a weightless bridge. It is called weightless because it doesn't use the cement and things like that. It's an iron rod. Yeah, it's nice. Stones. I tried to lift it to see the weight. When I visited, to see the weight of the stone. Did you try? How is it? Light. Yeah, it will float. That's why it's floating. It's light. Even if it's not light, it will still float. Because it's already carrying the whole thing, gravitation. It's a lot of gravitation. So it will float. Even if like the earth element is floating. It's sitting on it. So it's not a problem. So the Lord performed all these activities. Krishna lifted Govardhan hill, which nobody can imitate. He is 70 years old. He's 70 years old. Yes. And the devotees, they hear this activity, immediately they will follow conscious. Pundari Vidyaniti. He just had just one verse, only one verse, he was finished. Question? Yes, bro. Yes. Yes, Bharat Maharaj. Yes.
So if we are to fulfill this purity and elevate ourselves and someone can continue to still fail that. So at what level can somebody attain to be able to experience these things? If I have somebody fail that. To experience this level of
Yes. At what stage are we completely free that one will not fall? Is that Brahma or Baba? Because at the stage of Baba we have seen Bharat Maharaj, he also had a problem. He became attracted to deer. First of all, not only Bharat Maharaj, there is also another devotee, Rupa 𝐸𝐴𝐺𝐻. Rupa 𝐸𝐴𝐺𝐻, he was also in the Baba platform. He fell down also. So in his case, it was due to offenses he committed to Krishna Priya Thakurani. Krishna Priya Thakurani, she is on the prema level. And she has a problem like Rupa Goswami. Her tongue never stops chanting Krishna. She constantly chants. Even if she's sleeping, her tongue will chant continuously. That is her problem. I wish we have that problem. Our tongue will never have anything else to do than chanting. So when she entered the class of Rupa 𝐸𝐴𝐺𝐻, he's from Baba stage. He got the blessing from his guru. Just like 𝐾𝐻 has a blessing that when he speaks, Saraswati is still on his tongue. Rupa 𝐸𝐴𝐺𝐻, when he's speaking also, his guru will stay on his tongue. When he's speaking. And one day, Krishna Priya Thakurani entered his class to hear. And he noticed that her tongue was constantly. Hey, Mataji, she will stop making noise there. He said, well, no, please continue to. If I try to hold myself, it will keep chanting. So I'm helpless. I can't stop chanting. But I cannot disturb your class. Continue. Mataji, get out of the class. So he fell down. That offense. Bharat Maharaj also, he fell down because he became attracted to deer. But in the scripture, there are certain cases which are called extreme. There are situations which are called extreme. One who is on the Baba stage is the next step to prema. So to fall from there, it is Krishna who is making you to teach us a lesson. We should be careful. Until we get to prema, no, then everything is sealed. Everything is sealed completely when we're prema. But at this level, we should still be careful. And it is true that when you are on this stage, you are careful because we are protected. And I have seen from experience that pure devotees, something which is very, very prominent in them is that they're very, very careful about making offenses. So it wouldn't be possible for them to make offense like this. Therefore, for this to happen to them means Krishna uses to teach a lesson to all of us to be careful that until we get to prema, we should still be careful. Otherwise, it will not ordinarily happen. Bharat Maharaj's case, extreme case, is extreme case. It's not just a normal situation. It's extreme case.
So, concerning hearing, in the case of Gokana and Indika, so Indika, during his lifetime, he was so sinful. When he died and become a ghost, and Gokana, the brother, after learning and become pure devotee, and he spoke in Bhagavata for 7 days. His intention was not just for trying to liberate his brother. He invited the whole village to come for a contact family. But at the end, it was only the brother who came there as a ghost who had and get the benefit of it. Not even villagers who were there. Not saying it's not even one.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. That's a very important. Yes. And there are many things. There are many things here. One thing here is that one who has learned from experience is extremely careful the next time. He is very careful. Having a ghost body, he is careful. He remembers what he did to have given him that body. So we're very careful. Therefore, he had. Others couldn't hear because they were comfortable. They don't have a serious situation that is pushing them. You see, we cry only when we have a problem that is tormenting us. And if you pray at that stage, it's more than when you are normal, you just pray. The feeling is not there. So, so Kundu Devi said, people cannot pray to you with feelings when they are still comfortable with materiality. They cannot pray with feelings. Only people who are the materiality picture, they will pray with feelings because we're having the pain. So he has an experience why he has this ghostly, dangerous body. So he was careful. So he had. This is a chance for me, he had it. Those who were saying, oh yes, I'm okay. They just came casually to come and say, he's our village boy, he wants to speak something. Let us go and support him by being there. Did he come to They didn't give their ear to eat. It's just a ceremony. Just come and sit there. At the end, you're going to take prasadam and go back. Haribo. That's the salad used to come there. So they didn't hear anything. The second thing is due to karma. We don't know the soul he has been and what he has done in the past. What he has done in the past that qualify him to even hear is another point. I was telling a few devotees, In Vrindavan, there is Venkateswara, Balaji temple there in Mathura. So at that temple, the two brothers are there. The same father, the same mother. They are serving there. One was fully dedicated day in, day out, he's there. But that brother, he never go there. Maybe when he going outside, he say, Hare Krishna, we'll just go. He never do anything. No program, no face, nothing. He just there, but don't practice anything. So, once, just once, when they have a problem, the two of them came to the deities and they prayed. The Lord answered his prayer and left his brother who had been serving him from bed. He couldn't handle it. He shouted, Krishna, what is this? This man never one day come here. I've been here, come what may, in rain, in sun, in darkness, in day. I've been here every day chanting so many mantras. He didn't answer my prayer. And this one, only today he came here to come and pray. When he has problems, he just came today to pray. And he asked his prayer, what is this? This is partiality. Krishna smiled. So Krishna said, my dear Sarma, let me tell you, it is true that both of you are brothers this lifetime. So you are thinking that you are equal. But you didn't know what he did in the past life. He has served me to the point that just one prayer he will get power. You are just beginning the journey. So you are still on the way. So continue. When you go to the point, you get the same experience. But this person has been serving me for many lifetimes. So although he didn't practice vigorously like you are doing now, he had done it already in the past. So that is the problem. Then he kept quiet. So this karma is there following everybody. You can see two people, group of devotees practicing the same thing. One they get blessing very easily. Another person will be hanging there. Yes, it's what we have been doing. Krishna has our record. We don't have. Our record is not with us, so we don't see our record. But our record is with Krishna, so he sees everything. He knows everyone. He knows everything that all of us are doing, and he is responding like that. Don't you see sometimes the people who they are laboring from morning till night, carrying heavy load from morning till night. They hardly get something to eat. And somebody sitting in the air-conditioned room, air-conditioned car, air-conditioned everything, pressing button and making billions. It's karma. So these things are happening. So Krishna said karma is intricate. 427. Karma is intricate. Even sages find it difficult to determine how karma works because it's Krishna who is moderating everything. Alright? Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev. How can one know practically that he is above another nivritti and getting fixed up in Nishtha, Ruchi and Asakti? How will his or her dealings with spiritual master?
A person who has transcended another nivritti, that is in Nishtha. At the stage of Nishtha, there is no more sin. The sin is not there. You don't commit sins again. Because now you are fixed on the path of transcendence. So also, the clear understanding of the relationship between the disciple and guru is not ambiguous. It is clear. We can see each other very clearly. So we know who the spiritual master is. You know what he is doing for us. So we know it very clearly. So the dealing is very, very transparent, very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. It's not about out of fear. It's very, very sweet because there's nothing more to fear because the sin is not there. So it's a better position. It's a liberated stage. At that stage, you will know. You will know. Not that you will not know where you are. You will know. You will know that I'm in bright room. You will know. I'm in the dark room. You will know. Nobody tells you that, oh, now the light is on. You know that there's light in the room. You will know. The same way, when you get to that stage, you know that yes, you are on the way to Krishna. Because many things be shown, many things be revealed. You can see many things. In the conversation between you and Krishna and other divinities, they are all there. And here Prabhupada is seeing Narada Muni and is asking Devotee. So he didn't see. Prabhupada is showing Narada Muni attending. I think Bim Prabhu was saying, the way he put it that day in Jew, the way he put it, that was different. I've not heard that, but he mentioned it that day. The Prabhupada told the devotee that Narada Muni has come to see Milechas chanting Hare Krishna. That's how he put it. He's fascinated to come and see how Milechas are chanting Hare Krishna. But how will he be surprised? He has gone to the hell to chant Hare Krishna, and according to this is nectar of devotion. Narada Muni went to hell to chant, and he saw the people were coming with the 4 hands. So why would he be surprised to see Milechas chanting Hare Krishna? Anyway, that is nectar. Because it has to do with Krishna. So that's the exalted stage. One will see everything very clearly.
Jagannath Das.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, thank you Maharaj. From today's class we can evaluate our level of advancement, how much we are interested to hear, and after hearing how long and how much we can meditate. If we cannot meditate on Krishna or remember Krishna in our daily activities, that tells that we are not hearing, our advancement is not there. That tells that we are not hearing and our advancement is not there.
Yes. Yes. If the taste to hear is not there, if the taste to chant is not there, this the advancement is not there. If you are making advancement, this thing will naturally come. They will come. And still, we can do something. Like I said, our chariots and Lord Krishna, they have, and his incarnations, his past incarnation, they came to create so many things to get us in. So if we have a service, a job, even if you have a job, if we, and this is what Prabhupada did, if you can connect that our job with Krishna by giving the profit to Krishna, so we are connected. That also helps us to be connected with Krishna and eventually rise to the stage we can be practicing fully. So we have ample opportunity, good chance, all directions to participate in Krishna consciousness. See, even if someone is working, remember verse 18:11, that was Prabhupada in the purport. There are so many people in Krishna consciousness, the householders, who are working in factories and other places. Whatever they earn, they give to Krishna. Krishna said they are highly renounced sannyasis. Yes, sannyasis. So we have chance to take to Krishna consciousness, to expand our Krishna consciousness. But we should measure it to see where we are by the quality of our taste to hear, to chant, to do service for Krishna, to associate with devotees, to be attracted. If we are not attracted to go to temple, to go to festivals, to meet with devotees, then the taste is low. That means we are not making advancement. If we are making advancement, these things will be high. To be burning within us. So we like to associate with devotees. Want to join the chanting. Want to glorify Krishna when there is sense. Hare Krishna. Finish? Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.